Okay. And I've lost my train of thought. All right. So please keep yourself muted. If you have a question, you can ask in the chat. Thanks, Jeffrey. No worries at all. I do worry. I'm going to be switching Stacy to co-host after my presentation. I'm going to be doing a screen share. Sally is going to be finishing up with a discussion, a presentation on some of the deals that are available for Black Friday. Around this time of year, there's always a lot of deals on plugins and services for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And next month, we're going to have Mike Hale has lined up for us a presenter who's actually with Automatic.com, Automatic, the company that creates WordPress. And she's actually going to go more into depth about block patterns and what I'm going to talk about tonight. So if my demo doesn't work, don't worry. In a month, we'll have a better demo from a professional who builds these all the time. I'm still kind of learning how these go. Okay, let me share my screen. You guys see my screen?
Yes, well, it's white.
Yeah, I don't know what
or it's loading.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. 1 minute. Okay, how's that?
Still white for me.
Yeah, it's coming up white here too.
All right.
Did you possibly share the whiteboard? Because I think you could share like a whiteboard. That's what it kind of looks like. I don't know
the
for sure.
whiteboard
But
isn't activated. Let me see. Oh, I did. You're absolutely right. I did share the whiteboard. Thank you. Okay. Now I'm sharing Google Chrome. No, I'm not.
Whiteboard's still going on.
Yeah.
Oh.
Here we go. It's because the share button is hidden. Here we go. How's that?
Yay.
All right.
Good.
All right. This is just a demo site on my local. It's just a copy of my own personal website. So I just have some pages set up, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to demo. Can you guys see my code when I put it up?
If you only shared
Yeah.
the Chrome tab, we won't.
It's going app by app, which I think is unfortunately a setting in Zoom.
you should be able to share your entire screen. You just have to pick it.
There we go.
It's not giving me the option to share my whole screen. Yeah, I think it's a setting in Zoom that I screwed up. I don't think anybody except me has the to do that. Well, that's gonna be a hassle.
We see your functions right now, file.
Yeah, but then if I go to Chrome, you can't see my Chrome file.
Oh.
Let me see.
Oh,
okay.
no.
So this is Chrome. So I just have to switch back and forth in the sharing. Okay. Which is going to be a hassle. Okay. Well, sorry about that. Figure it out. I did not get my presentation all set up the way today the way I wanted it to. All right. So anytime you're doing custom PHP code, even this sort of simple copy paste stuff like we're doing today, you want to do it in a child theme. You never want to edit your code in any part of WordPress core or in your parent theme, because all that stuff gets updated and overwritten. So you can either create your own child theme or your own plugin. A child theme is nice because you can put all kinds of code in there along with style sheets. The WordPress Developer Resources has a handy guide how to create child themes. It's, which is not even linking to correctly. Here we go. It's pretty much a matter of copying and pasting a couple files. There's sort of an old school version where you just copy and paste about 10 lines into a style.css and put it in a child theme folder. And then there's a newer version, which I'm going to share in my text. And we'll have this available to copy paste too. Where? where you basically copy and paste about 10, 20 lines into a PHP file in your child theme folder. You can name it whatever you want. The point of the code in both the CSS version and in this PHP version is that you're telling it where the parent theme is. It can go and get that, and then it can come back to your child theme and use your child theme to overwrite any part of the parent theme that you've designated to be overwritten in your child theme. So what I have in my simple child theme here is the name of the child theme, which would be up here, but I'm defining what version it is, and I'm enqueuing the styles of the parent theme, which is Astra. I also have in my child theme a simple CSS file, which all it has in it right now is a border style for images. So back to Chrome. Oh, I'm sorry, this is doing terrible. One of the ways you can get a block that you can reuse in different ways in Gutenberg is to create a reusable block. This is it's built into WordPress core, and it works pretty well, but it really only works if you're going to reuse the block as is. So this is what it looks like when you've created it. The way you do it, and this is going to be the way you set up block patterns too, is you set up the blocks the way you want to. This is image with media, part of the WordPress core Gutenberg blocks. You put your image the way you want to. This is a header with a few paragraphs.
Claire, I'm still seeing your code right now.
Oh, thank you for telling me. How's that?
That works.
That's better.
Okay. So when you're creating a reusable block, you set up your blocks the way you'd like them to be. You create them in their finished state. We've got a media with text here from WordPress core Gutenberg blocks. It's the one that looks like this, media and text, with the image over here, and then just some headers and paragraphs. When you've got it set up the way you like it, it's going to give you an option under your 3 icons menu to add to reusable blocks. When you do that, this is just going to be a demo, and save it, it's now available in your block library if you browse all under reusable. Here's my reusable demo, and here's the one that I made earlier. And if you've set it up with the elements all the way you like it, it'll show you a little preview of it. When you add it to your page, it adds the entire thing, and it's really not editable. You can break it apart and convert it to a regular block, and then edit it from there. But it causes problems in saving and reusing, because sometimes you're overwriting the original reusable block, and sometimes you're working in a separate copy of the reusable block, and it's not always clear as the editor in Gutenberg which one you're doing. So reusable blocks are really handy for whenever you have a block set up, or a set of blocks, a sort of little configuration of content elements that you want to use exactly as is on every page. What block patterns do is provide you a sort of a layout that's more reusable, more configurable. So my particular example I've set up, let me go on my pages, leave, go away. My particular example that I've set up is a sort of a PDF with a link and a cover image of the PDF. When I'm browsing a website, particularly if I'm on my phone. I hate to click on a PDF because it opens up somewhere else. I don't know where it is. I have to download a huge thing. It bothers me. So I always like to make it really clear to my users when I'm clicking on a PDF, when they're going to be clicking on a PDF, and I include the file size and file type just in case they're, you know, on some sort of limited phone plan, or they just don't have the availability or the ability to download and view a PDF at the time. This is supposed to be a link. That's part of my demo that doesn't work. But my PDF block consists of a columns where one is set to, I've got a few custom styles set up. I've got one column set to 33%, one column set to 66%. And I've got a few paragraphs in this other column. And I don't know if you can see on my screen, but I have a custom style set on the image. I have a custom style set on the image that adds a class to it so that when the image is displayed for a PDF, it has a little border around it so it doesn't just look like a floating void. My demo pretty much doesn't work. I do have all the steps laid out, and I've linked to a couple references online that I've used in the past to create successful block patterns. So I'm going to walk you through the steps and show you how a block pattern looks once it's set up in Gutenberg, but my demo is not going to work. So when you've set up your blocks the way you want them, you're going to select all the blocks that you want to be in your block pattern, and you're going to click copy here. What that's going to do is it's going to copy a whole bunch of HTML onto your clipboard. And this is the HTML that WordPress uses it parses it and constructs blocks out of it if you save it in a certain way. You want to paste that HTML into a blank text file or your PHP editor. And then you want to escape it. That is, you want to find a tool. There's this online escape strings tool. There's also tools like this. And it's going to escape it, which means every time there's a double quotes, it's going to add a backslash in front of them. And that will prevent WordPress from parsing it. When WordPress parses it, it'll just skip right over those double quotes and it won't see them as the end of a field as you normally would, you know, when you put quotes around href or a field like that in your HTML. When you've got it escaped, I've got to switch back to my code. No, I can show you in the demo here. Okay, so this is somebody else's code that does work. And this is how, whenever you're doing, especially when you're learning how to set up custom stuff like this, finding an example that somebody has made online, there's a bunch of examples and tutorials of how to set up block patterns, which is how I learned to do it when I made block patterns that worked. So the best way to do this is to just copy and paste someone's working code from one of their demos into your PHP or text editor. And you can see that you need a title for your block, and then you need the slug, which is the title with hyphens in between it and no characters that aren't allowed in URLs. You can add a description, and the field that really does the magic here is content. This is one very long text string with double quotes before and after it. What you're going to do is you're going to take that escaped code from over in your code escaper, or if you did it in your own text editor, if you've got a macro that does that, and you're going to copy paste it into the columns field. This whole string, you can see that this is just, it's going to be 30 lines of code and it's going to end up on one line, and it's going to be, it's going to be very hard to read. You as a human don't need to worry about reading it. The rest of this code is a simple function that has an action that fires on init. If you copy paste an entire chunk like this, you're going to have this action down here, fires on init. That's part of one of the processes that happened when WordPress loads the web page. So it's going to happen on every page. This is the name of the function that you're putting here. So as long as this and this match, WordPress is going to call this function here at init. And again, the rest of this is copying, pasting, and changing the names. So you put that in your theme file, in your child theme file in functions.php. You can copy and paste this whole chunk into there. Let me get a new thing. New page. If you've done that correctly and it works, which I suggest starting with something simple like just a couple paragraphs together or a header and a paragraph. The block pattern is going to show up when you go to add a block. When you go to add a block, you click Browse All. It's going to be in the Patterns tab. And mine is kind of working here. I just hijacked that guy's plugin and copied and pasted. I didn't change the names, but this is how mine looks. And you can see the error that is causing mine to not work. It's that I referenced a block that occurs in a plugin that I don't have installed on this site. So I have to troubleshoot that, but it's giving me some direction in which to go. So if I had time, I could troubleshoot that. Anyway, the nice thing about this, as opposed to reusable blocks, is it's just dropped in your page. It isn't, it's ready to go. It isn't in any way like obfuscated. You don't have to adjust it or anything. You can just click right on all these things. You can swap out the image. You can swap out the text. You can remove the blocks and change things. And it gives you a nice basis for having a kind of almost like a template of several content elements that work together that you're going to want to reuse throughout your site with variations in each case. So it's great for things like if you design your own little teaser or your own little like intro block or something like that. Block pattern is a great way to set that up. And apologies again for my non-working demo. Like I said, next month we're going to have someone from Automatic come and do an actual walkthrough of how to set up block patterns, presumably with demos that work. If anyone has any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to turn it over to Stacy and her register a palette demo. And Stacy, I'm going to make you co-host.
Yay.
So you should be able to share
I
now.
am. Okay. Oh. Wow, there's so many options. I just want to share this entire monitor, and that's all individual tabs.
Yeah, I think
look at advanced.
I screwed up the Zoom settings, I think. So let me go in there and see if I can edit them right now. I don't think I can, though. I don't think you can edit once people are in the meeting.
All right, everyone leave. No, I'm just kidding. God, that's going to be painful.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's okay. All right. Well, we'll start with code. I think this here will work. All right. Do you see a dark code editor? Anybody? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. I grabbed this from a different project, so let's do that. So Claire gave us a little tour of the things you needed for a child theme. This is a child theme. It's a very empty child theme. And first thing we're gonna do, maybe I should explain what I'm even trying to get at. So in WordPress, with the new blocks editor, when you're editing a post, in the sidebar, if you have that sidebar open for each block, most of the time, or most blocks have options for like color selection and type size and whatnot. So a little bit of that styling. And while I sort of wish I could get rid of it all, which you can do that as well, and I can show you how to do that, it is sometimes helpful to give yourself and maybe your client an easy access to a custom color palette for them to choose from instead of like selecting any sort of color that they wish on that day. And then you end up with this like unicorn rainbow throw up all over your website. So what we're gonna do here is, I like to keep my functions file clean. So I put everything in this new colors.php file, and it's just in this ink folder. So we're gonna go grab that. Here's my ink folder, open my colors.php file. Now for this particular sample, I did go ahead and disabled the color picker, meaning there's an option usually for the preset colors, and then there's a little like, I don't know if it's a color dropper, or I think it's just a rectangle with a color in there that you can select to choose any color. This little line, add theme support, disable custom colors, will eliminate that little rectangle, and you have to choose from one of the presets. So that's one way to keep a website a little more consistent. And then we will go ahead and define our own custom palette here. All of this we can post. If you Google it, you'll be able to find the code required. But basically we're going to add theme support for a editor color palette. And then I don't think you have to include all of these things, but I find it helpful. So you're going to include a name. This is what shows up when you like hover over it or focus on the color. If you do a lot of themes, it may be in your interest to give colors sort of generic names like brand primary instead of brand royal blue or whatever. Then you have a little more flexibility to reuse this code a little easier. Granted, you will have to change the color value, but that's just one less thing you might have to worry about. Another thing you can do, another strategy, is adding like the function of the color. What is the color used for? So maybe you have like a dark border or a light border, or in this case, link, which isn't necessarily super useful since links are assigned elsewhere, but I'll show you why we have it here for now. Link hover, just in case you want to match that color anyway, and then border or whatever you want to add. So I just set up all those colors with the name, the what is this, the text domain. That's the thing that's everywhere when you do like translations or whatnot. I don't know all these proper terms. The slug, similar but without spaces, and I always keep everything lowercase. And the color value, I like HSL. Hex is impossible to guess what color you're going to end up with. HSL, you pick a hue starting at 0, which is red, and it goes around like a rainbow. So at around 20, 30 is your oranges, 40 is your yellow. It's a pretty small little segment. And then 50, 60 to 80 is green. You keep going on. 200 is like bluish purple, all the way up to pink. So that's your hue, that's your H value. It's the first one. Oh, look, 160 is green. And then saturation is your second value. So right now we're at like a medium saturation at 48%. If I take this up to 99, it gets brighter. And if I take it down, it gets grayer. So you can easily tell what you're gonna get when you use HSL. And that's why I use it. And then your last value is your lightness. So if you want a super light green, you're gonna have a much higher number. Super dark green, you're gonna have a lower number. And if you have a code editor that updates the color as you go, that's great. Anyhow, so you define all your colors, and then some people add this at right above the function, so they're right together. I don't know why. I like it underneath. I think that might be like an old school way of doing things, and I guess that's how I roll these days. Again, like Claire said, just make sure that whatever name is in here, it matches whatever you put in the function name. So we have, in that one function, we have turned off the custom colors, and we have added our own colors. So that's step one. If we were to go to the site right now and edit a page, you would see, we'll select a paragraph. You would see in the color segment, I think it's called colors, you'd see all your palettes, but if you selected one, nothing happens. So now we have to apply those class names is what's being generated in the CSS. So I'm going to show you the fancy way to do it, because I like being fancy, I guess. And I'm totally just kidding. There's even smarter ways to do this. But this is just my way, because this is the way I've done it for a long time. So here's my color.scss file. You could also just use CSS. I'm just using a few Sass functions that are helpful for looping things. You can also use color variables, I believe, which you wouldn't need any Sass for, and they can more, yeah. If you know what they are, you know what I'm talking about. But we are going to define our color palette here. And just like we did in the PHP file, this is the Sass way to do it. So we say, you know, whatever name we want to give our color palette, I named it color-palette. And then we take a string, which is the color name that will be used for the class name. And then the value that should match what you defined in the PHP file. I wonder, maybe someone can tell me after we're done here, if there's a way to define all of these in one place, because I see that I've defined them like 4 places in this theme, and it's like, it seems not dry at all if you're into that. So it would be cool to be able to define these colors once and use them everywhere. Anyhow, all right, so I defined all my colors that I already defined in the one file in this color palette, and then I wrote a map here, Sass map, that says each color name string in and its color value, which is the HSL color, in color palette, which was the map. We're going to run through each of those, and Sass will create a CSS class name that matches the WordPress class name for those colors. So WordPress has dash, that's the name they've given custom colors. So has dash, and then I'm interpolating it with Sass to only output the color name there. So whatever the string was on the left, whatever I called it, and then WordPress ends that with dash color. So I would recommend not giving your color names brand color, because then it would be has brand color color. If you're going to do it this way, you could just have everything include color in the first place and drop this dash color if you want to do it that way. That's another way to do it. And then it's going to say the property is color and the value is color value in the map. Loops through all of those colors and then outputs that to CSS, which is here. So has brand primary color and then the color value. Although I see it did change my HSL to hex value. That's part of the, I think gulp file probably did something like that, or maybe one of the post CSS things I have running. So anyhow, it created a loop through all of these, has color, has background color. So I didn't have to write each of those separately. And then, yeah, I'll talk about that in a second. Cool. So now we have defined our palette in PHP. We've created our CSS class names. We are ready to go to the browser. So I am going, how do I do this? Like new share, is that what I do? I think so. All right.
Yeah, new share.
Super. Do you see Firefox? Yeah, thumbs up. That's only helpful if I'm looking at this screen. Hang on, let me find you guys. All right, cool. Alrighty, so now we have this almost empty page here, almost empty website. I have enabled my child theme. I am also using Astra as the parent theme. And then this is just almost straight out of the box WordPress from a new site. I'm going to select the paragraph. And now I get my block settings over here. Should I enlarge this? I don't ever know. I probably should have enlarged the code. Oh, well, such is life. Color settings, I'm going to open, boom, brand palette, yay. All right. Now I'm going to select a color. It's probably hard to see. Should have chose brighter colors. and I'm getting this bright green. Now I had earlier selected this and changed the inlines, or oh, that's a link. Oh, that's super ugly. I think that's a visited link, and I don't think I styled my visited link color in my CSS. So that's probably why you get that weird color thing. Unlink, sweet. All right, so now we see it in this backend editor or whatever, Wizzy, what do they call it? I don't even know the word they're calling it anymore. I probably wouldn't normally choose link color for a paragraph, especially the part that doesn't have the link. Oh, look, that's weird. So I unlinked it, but it kept that span color. Let's check out. I find that this is sort of buggy, has brand primary color. I wonder if it was that before I added a link. Well, let's go back and change that.
Stacey, does
Oh,
it
great.
work for background colors too? Is it just every time you choose
Yeah.
it's your color palette now?
Oopsie. Yep. There's background if I want to
Okay.
do a background.
Okay. And how many colors can you have in your custom palette?
More than what I have. Let's see. Yeah, I've seen like, I'm sure there's probably some number where it starts to get weird.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd recommend more than like 3 rows of colors. It's always good to have a plethora of neutral colors to select from, especially if you're doing background colors. But I have not found, oh look, accessibility. I have not found a limit yet. I have not really pushed that limit either when I've done this. I'm gonna do this.
And you disabled, so, and what we're not seeing is that there's no way to choose, like get your little color picker and choose your own color
Correct.
anymore. You've turned that.
Normally you'd have a little, like this square would be right next,
Yeah.
I think right to the right of the clear, I think. And now it's not there. It's only showing you the selected color. Sweet. Yeah, so you could do background here. I gave this button, I think, a color. We're gonna switch it to white text with a green background. There's probably, see this is unfortunate because there's no like hover option. There's probably something I could add to give a button or a link hover color here. I just don't know what that would be off the top of my head. I didn't really change that. Let's change it to blue. And sometimes when I view page, unexpected things happen, like that stupid inline color is still there. But hey, see, link, it changes to my link hover color that I've set in CSS, which is a green, so it disappears. That's fun. All right, so that's cool, but let's say the theme that you have installed has a customizer panel that has more color pickers, and you want to also add your custom palette there, because that function doesn't do that for whatever reason. You can go in, and I guess I'll show you this first and then I'll switch my screen back. But if your theme, Astra, comes with this panel of global colors, when you click on it, you'll see that you get whatever colors you've set. They could be different than what you've set elsewhere, but I'll show you how to do that in just a second here. Oh, it's giving me my HSL, but it's converting it to hex right when I select it. Interesting. That doesn't do anything. Let's do hover or header color. Let's change those all to like, yeah, like hover. I should have picked brighter colors. You can sort of see something's happening right on the headline on just this one, because that I have something special going on there. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and switch to the code, and I'll enlarge it before I forget. Will I? I will. Alrighty. I am going to move that over. All right, so that was what we just looked at. And then when we scroll down here, I believe each theme would probably have their own filter handle, name, whatever you want to call it. Astra happens to have one, which is handy for this. And if your theme doesn't, I don't know what to tell you. There's probably a way around that. But I don't know. So yeah, so another function, a color palette. Again, we get to define our colors. This is so fun. So here, I probably could have done all of the name and everything. I don't know if it displays the same as it would in the Gutenberg block thing. But again, just define all the colors, and then, you know, you just copy and paste this code. Just a map of colors that you want to include in that palette. And that's what we'll get it in the customizer for you. Now, there's often some conflicts. Let me show you what I mean. Jumping back here. So let's say I'm like, oh, I want to change my link colors everywhere. Well, I'm going to, you know, select purple. Why is my link color not working? Well, that's because I've already set the link color in the CSS. And yeah, so A is my link color, and I defined it in CSS. Where does that class get added here? Do I have to publish first? Like the class here. Let's, for instance, I'm gonna test this heading color. Let's do bright green. Inspect. So, okay, inline. I hate inline style sheets. Sorry. Well, let's just say that if you are not achieving the result you are expecting, it may be because whatever inline style sheet is being created is either not as specific or doesn't line up exactly to what you've already defined. So you just have to sort of do some digging as to why things might not be changing. Yeah, so let's see if this one works. Background of what? Oh, you can also define gradients this way. Well, that works, but this is beautiful. Cool. Yes, you can define gradients this way. You can define text styles this way. So if I were to go to edit page, or font sizes, I should say, and I choose a block and I look in the typography panel under preset size, I have added a huge and a note size. So if I wanted it really big, I could select that. If I wanted it really tiny, select that, etc., etc. So it's always like a multi-step process. It's define the thing in PHP and then make sure the CSS classes match whatever WordPress is outputting for that block that you're editing. And you can find that with a Google search, since WordPress is like 80% of the web these days. Something like that. I think that's pretty close, right? 80. I have an invader.
I thought we were up to about 35 or 40.
Okay. Yeah.
And so you can do this without Sass too, right? You would just have to individually set up your classes in CSS.
Yes, without Jaden, I'll come out in a little bit. Okay, buddy. He's really excited about his Among Us game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jaden. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I mean, it would just, you would have to create a line of CSS for every color name, every slug that you've defined in your PHP. So if you do, let's say, let's add a new color here. Copy and paste, and I'm gonna name it fancy. And I give it a slug of fancy. Boom. And I'm going to move this all the way around to 340 and we'll give it 80%. I don't know, is that fancy? Here, we'll do that. All right, save. And if we were to check right now, the little icon, like the little palette item would show up, but nothing would happen because it's not really a color yet. But we're going to do that anyway for funsies. Here we go. If I refresh, I think. Let's say, so that oh, maybe it does. How, wait. Oh, wait, hang on. Okay, I have an idea. Background, text, update. Yep, doesn't show up on the front end. So that PHP made it available for the back end editing. You still need the CSS for the front end. And if you were going to not have separate CSS files, you could do has, did we assign that as a background color? Background color, wait, is it fancy background color? Fancy color background? I can't remember what the order is. And I gotta look that up. Boom. Copy. I'm gonna check that has fancy background color. Perfect. And I need to add a background color, or is it just background? That worked. So straight up CSS works. You just have to know the way they want you to write that.
So for each color, you need a background color CSS style, and you also need a text color CSS style.
Yeah, I think it's just has fancy color. Is that what it was? Anyone? Has white color, has fancy color. Yeah, okay. So if I were to choose this pink for another section, I don't think quotes have colors, which is kind of weird. Yeah. Text color. Ooh, did I do that inline? I don't know. Yeah. Oh, yay. It kept my link. And there you have it. Did I miss anything? I don't recall.
That seemed pretty good. Yeah, that'll stop those crazy editors from adding all sorts of random neon colors to websites.
Yeah, what I would like to do, and I'm sure this is probably a thing, is like have a theme. So instead of like a color and a text size, I want like a theme, and then you'd set like is dark background or is light background, and it could automatically show you conditional options based on whether you selected dark or light. I don't know if you can do that or not, but if you do know, let me know in Slack or after this.
That sounds awesome. Speaking of Slack, if anybody would like to join our active and friendly Slack channel, just leave your email address in the chat and we will get you added. It's mostly a channel for recommending plugins to each other and helping each other troubleshoot. If nobody has any questions about our not so simple customizations for Gutenberg editor. Oh, okay, Aki. Cool, I'll make sure you're added. Then we're going to go to Sally with our list of this year's deals and coupons. Sally, I'm going to make you host now.
Okay, cool. This is by no means a comprehensive list. These are the ones that have either been emailed to me or someone else talked about in this Slack channel or another Slack channel. I am certain if you have bought any plugin at all, you have at least one offer from that plugin company or a Black Friday deal. So check your email. But here we go. Let me share the screen. Let's see, how do I get it to share my whole screen?
You can't, trick question.
Oh, no. Okay.
That's
Well-
me. I screwed up the settings in Zoom.
All right.
One app at a time. Sorry.
Yeah, well, we're volunteers. What are we gonna do? Okay, let's start with this one.
I want my money back.
Yeah. We'll start with this one.
There's money involved.
Yeah. Huh, what? Okay, this one is from WordPress.com. They have a 40% off of all their plans. So if you have a site on a WordPress.com, post it on WordPress.com. And I just realized I didn't have my microphone on my ear. That might be easier. Is that better? Sorry about that.
You're louder now. Yeah.
Anyway, use
better.
Flash 40 Rush when you check out. And I will put links to all of if I have links to them, I'll put links to all of them in Slack and in the discussion of the meetup tonight. Okay, so that's the first one. The next one, let's see. I appreciate all of your patience on this. New share. So let's go to let's do that one. This one I also got by email. It's from Sujay at Astra Themes. They've got 40% off of all of their bundles. So, okay. Ooh, this is not going to work the way I want it to. Okay. Anyway, they 40% off their bundles, and that includes like their lifetime agency and all that. So you can go on there. It's a pretty good deal. It includes 300 starter templates. If you use Elementor or you use Beaver Builder or you use Brizy, they support all of those. Includes Schema Pro, Convert Pro for converting leads, WP Portfolio to showcase your work, SkillJet Academy. So it includes a lot of things. So it's this discount code right there, Early Christmas 40 is the one on that, and that's over at Astra Brainstorm Force. Okay, next is, let's see, new share. Go to that one. This one is the staff picks from WooCommerce. So all the folks that are over at WooCommerce, they're recommending some discounts. WooCommerce shipping is a must-have. It's free. So there's not a lot offered through WooCommerce that's free. I'll tell you that right now. It's $59, $79, $109 every time I turn around. But anyway, hey, you know, they got to make money too. We don't do this for fun. It's not a hobby. On the Name Your Price plugin is at $49. Facebook Messenger plugin is free. The tipping is down to $29. reCAPTCHA is down to $29. Product recommendation quiz is $29. So those are some decent deals over there from the WooCommerce branch. Okay, next thing to share here. Let's look at Gravity Forms. So if I move it over here, does that break the share? Can you still see it?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. Oh, it says my screen sharing is paused.
Oh,
Oh,
see
I'll go
something.
resume. There we go.
I don't know if
Okay.
it's what you want us to.
This is one of the things I wanted to show. Yeah, I accept the cookies. Why have we not invented a blank accept the cookies forever for the next 6 months or something? Anyway, this is from the Gravity Forms folks. It's a lot of bundles. There's Gravity Flow, 50% off Gravity Wiz Pro license. It's a lot of plugins and things that work with Gravity Forms. So these are all pretty handy, I gotta say. Stencil. I just found out about Stencil and I'm so excited about this. It's kind of like a Canva Lite. So if you don't do a whole lot with Canva, other than you're creating some graphics for websites or you're creating graphics for social media, this is a pretty good deal. It's $49 for a lifetime access. And right now the paid version of Canva is $119 a year, I think. So that's pretty decent. What kind of thing can you make with stencil? I've never heard of it.
Stencil, yeah, it's it does a lot of cool stuff actually. It does the same kind of things as Canva, so you can create graphics and things like you could create this cute little graphic. And it has templates for all the different social media platforms, you know, for the ideal sizes that they want for things. It also integrates with Buffer. So if you want to create a post and then schedule it, you know, you could create all your posts ahead of time. So these are the templates they have. You know, so you use that template, you put in your text, you put in your picture, you create your post, and boom, you're done. So it has lots of different fonts and icons and all kinds of stuff. It's a real handy tool. If you've ever used Canva, you know how to use Stencil. Okay, next. This is from Soliloquy. It's a responsive, and this one ends in 2 hours. So you might just want to go ahead and go to soliloquy.com/pricing. When you scroll down, this hello bar up here comes up. So Soliloquy is a responsive WordPress slider plugin. I've not used it, but I know a lot of folks that do, and they really like it. I kind of try to avoid sliders if I can, but you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And so that's a pretty good deal. But like I said, that's ending in 2 hours. So you might want to write this down and head over right now after I'm finished talking, or right now, whatever you want to do. Next is Sizzy. I actually bought this one. This is a lifetime deal. Sizzy is a browser that is will show you in one browser window your website in all different emulators. It has all kinds of different brands of phones and different brands of tablets and different sizes of laptops and big windows and small windows and all that. And it shows it all. It would show it all in this one window for you. So you can look at them. You can scroll simultaneously to see how it all looks when it scrolls. You can look for errors and things. It's really super handy. I was using Blisk, which again is more expensive than Sizzy. But I'm liking Sizzy. I started using it, and I'm really liking it. I mean,
So
just
is
to
this
be
a
able.
replacement for like browser stack or cross-browser testing, would you say?
Yes. Yeah.
Ah, sweet.
Yeah.
This is a
it is.
one-time cost?
Yeah, this is a lifetime
I'm
deal.
so confused. This is such a
$69.
great deal.
I know.
I think we pay like 25 bucks a month.
I know people who are
for like
just
3
using
users.
it to get the screenshots of things
Yeah.
to put on their websites. I mean, that alone, the
I
value
would
is there.
Oh.
I would Google them, check their website. I think I just bought it. May have gotten it cheaper, but I think maybe I'm paying for a year. But I think I paid $40.
Yeah.
But if that's lifetime, that's obviously better. So
Oh yeah.
don't listen
Oh
to
yeah.
me.
And I had just renewed Blisk, and I'm like, well, of course. So okay, I won't renew that one next year. You know?
How far back does it go on browser support?
I'm not sure. You'd have to
I'm
look at it. If
currently
you go
looking
to
for Edge 12, and right now we use Sauce Labs, and it only goes to Edge
Yeah.
13. So
this link is on Dealify. If you go to the Sizzy website, it's got a pretty sweet little demo video.
okay, sorry for interrupting.
Oh,
I'm
no worries. No worries
excited.
at all. No worries at all. And honestly, if anybody else has any other deals they're aware of that they want to add in the Slack or in the chat or in Slack or whatever, we'll make sure everybody gets them. Some of these are going on right now. Some don't start till Black Friday. Some are ending pretty soon, but you know there'll be others. So they might just kind of be companies you want to think if it's a plugin you want to try out, you know, make a little note and watch. They, you know, it's like there's always a tire sale, there's always a mattress sale, there's always a plugin sale somewhere. Okay, let's go to see if I can get it to, oh, it doesn't, okay, show all the windows. That's what I needed it to do. All right, let's look at, oh, anyone, doesn't matter, I suppose. We'll share that one. Move it over here to my bigger monitor because I'm old and it's late in the day. This is a collection that I got out of email. They're just different ones. Seed Prod is having a sale. They have a page builder. I've not used that one, but you know, you can check it out. Advanced Coupons has discounts that are starting in 4 days. I imagine they have a, you can enter to get an Apple Pro bundle giveaway. You can save Black Friday their calendar. You can sign up for the email. Let's see. This is Black Friday for Wholesale Suite. And they're giving away an Apple Pro bundle. It looks like it's a tablet and earpods. AirPods. My kids have so much fun of me when I say that. Okay. Opt-in Monster, or I'm sorry, this is Monster Insights, has a deal going for Black Friday that that one ends in 2 hours too. So they've got some discounts. These are all annual pricing. Come on. Business Directory, again, I've not used this one, but you know, it came through email, and so I thought I'd share it in case somebody is using it. This one ends in 3 hours, which you know means something else will be offered soon. Smash Balloon has an all access bundle going on right now. Oops, I scrolled too far. To use on unlimited sites for only $299. It includes the social wall plugin, includes all the social media feeds into a single wall. So that's pretty nice. I use several Smash Balloon products. I like theirs. So that's a special offer. You can fill in on your own. Formidable Forms. If you don't use Gravity Forms, you use Formidable Forms instead. This is another deal that's going on. It ends in 2 hours, 30% off, a limited time offer. So it's 30% off their annual pricing. Sorry, we're slow. It's Chrome and other people are using the Wi-Fi in the house. Let's see. Oh, this is Opt-in Monster. Also has a deal going on for acquisition and lead generation. That's pretty good. $49 a month for a lot of cool stuff. So that's a pretty good deal. And another form, I have also used WP Forms. I've used the free one. I haven't really used the paid one, but I like the free one. It works real well. Again, this one ends in 3 hours. These are some annual pricing savings. And then MemberPress, if you're using a membership program, and that one ends in about 2 hours. So if you're building a membership site for someone, or you're thinking about building a membership site yourself, this might be the way to go. Basic is $149 a year. So, okay. We'll do a new share. This time we'll do. Let's see, let's do that guy. Lifter LMS. If you're building a learning management site, Lifter is one option. A lot of people like it. They feel like it's more flexible than LearnDash. I've not built a Lifter site, but I've maintained it, and it's pretty nice and easy to use. So they have a special deal, ends in 13 days, and there's extra bonuses. So if you're this is the code for the bonuses, is Black Friday 20. And you can sign up and be on their email list forever and ever and ever. And then let's see, I think this is the last one I've got. This one was put together. This is a page that Adam Silver puts together every year with deals for 2020. There's one for desktop server. If you're looking for a local development site, they've got a deal going on right now. You can always get started for free with them. But the deal is, the coupon code is Black Friday 2020. I didn't intend to click on that. I don't think. Yeah, so anyway, you buy the premium and you put in the code Black Friday 2020 and get 30% off. Beaver Builder is on sale through Monday the 30th. No coupon needed. When does that start? That starts on the 27th. So next Friday. So they'll have a sale. Gravity Forms will be up to 50% off starting next Wednesday, the 25th through Saturday, November the 28th. So make sure you don't miss out. Don't need a coupon. Discount will be automatically applied. So if you use Gravity Forms and need to renew, now would be the time. Short Pixel. This one is also over on AppSumo, which we'll look at in just a second. Short Pixel is nice. It's a tool I use. It's good for optimizing file sizes. They also have a CMS for your images if you want to serve from a CMS. And this is a lifetime deal, I believe. This is the one.
Right?
Go ahead. What?
CDN? It's a CDN?
Did I say? Yeah, CDN.
Okay. I just
Yeah.
want to make sure there wasn't like a different
No.
login or something.
No. CDN. There's a CDN for it. Lifter Mellis, we talked about. A2 Hosting is going to have a discount on their hosting. PIA VPN. I've not used this VPN, but it's a good thing to use. I mean, I know we're all working from home and everything, and nobody's working in coffee shops, but still.
Yeah, we
You
use
should
that
use
one
it.
in my household. It works just fine. We've
Does
had
it?
for a couple years now. Yeah.
Good. And then Adam has an ebook. It's his page. He can push his own ebook if you want it. you can click through there. So, all right. And the last one, I'll just open it here, is a favorite of mine. It must be because they have a lot of my money. Is AppSumo. Go ahead and make this big. Can you guys still see it? It's loading, but
Yes.
okay, good. So I buy a lot of things from AppSumo. They've got a lot of deals going right now. Here's that one from Short Pixel that I mentioned. And then they're going to have a bunch of things for Black Friday, but they won't tell you what they are because it's a surprise, because they're building the tension, because they know what they're doing as far as marketing. But if you go ahead and enter your email address, you'll get notified when it's ready, but it starts in 5 days. Oh, there was one more I wanted to show to everybody. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Where did it go? See here, I thought my live demo would just be so smooth, and now there's this one I can't find. Oh, come on. Oh, over here on AppSumo, I wanted to show you. And I know we've got a few Elementor users in this group. There is one there's a deal for Elementor. Where is it? Oh, the Elements kit. couple of folks I know that are Elementor builders recommend this Elements kit. Oh, thanks for hanging with me here. There's one that a friend of mine sent to me, and it's going to go up like every hour, starting on Black Friday. And now I can't find it. Oh, rats. Well, I will find it and I will put it in the Slack channel and on the comments on the meetup. So, okay, that's what I got. I'm going to stop the share here. That's what I found.
I think we should have a Sally segment at every meetup where she goes through the latest deals.
You always have so many leads, and you've tried so many of them too. I think you're an early adapter.
I am an unabashed software addict. I am.
That's great. I hate to try things unless I'm absolutely sure they're going to work. So I always buy things after like 3 people have recommended them.
I do try to get recommendations. Sometimes I'll stumble on something like this is exactly the solution I needed. And sometimes I'm whining about something and somebody says, oh yeah, this will fix you. Okay, cool.
So sad about that sold out thing on that Sizzy Dealify.
Oh.
I was really hoping to check that out.
On what?
Sizzy.
Oh, the Sizzy
Dealify
sold
deal.
out?
Yeah.
That's what
bummer.
I think the chat said.
Stacey, if you buy from their site, it's not too expensive. I think I'm paying like $40 a year. I think it's something like that. It's not too bad. It's worth it. It's cool. It definitely works well.
Sweet.
I like it.
Definitely
just
saves
for the
you from having
emulators.
to. Yeah, it even has iPhone 5. So if you want to see what it looks like on an iPhone 5, you can see it on there. Not that I don't know that anybody has an iPhone 5 anymore, but
I think I do, and the screen
Never
is
know.
super cracked. They kept it around just for an iPod-like device, I guess.
I have a 6, but it doesn't have a data plan anymore because I moved it to my new one when I
Right.
bought my new one. So I don't know.
Hans, do you want to talk about your Termageddon Black Friday deal briefly?
Oh yeah.
I'd be more than happy to. How's everyone doing?
Pretty good. So explain what Termageddon is and does first, please.
Great. I'll first note that I'm in West Chicago, so I'm behind Klein Creek Farm. So I didn't just drop in from like
Right. Local company.
That's right. Yes. Termageddon, we are a website policies generator. So with our solution, you can generate privacy policies, terms of service, disclaimers, and a key feature of our product is the fact that when you embed Termageddon onto your website, you actually copy and paste a piece of embed code. And that's what gets put on the privacy policy page. And that's what allows us at Termageddon to monitor privacy laws and then push updates to the policies when the laws change. So too many small businesses in America are unaware of what's happening in the US with privacy laws. In fact, 13 days ago, what's the date today? 17. So 14 days ago, California passed its 3rd privacy bill. CCPA is probably familiar to everyone. CPRA will become the new one that everyone's going to love and admire, I'm sure. There's also a privacy law in Nevada and Delaware. But what's interesting is that there's 23 proposed privacy bills right now in America. Some of these bills will enable citizens, like New York's privacy bill. It will enable their citizens to sue businesses of any size or any location just for having a contact form on their website without the compliant disclosures that are required by New York's privacy law. I'm an advocate for privacy. Don't get me wrong. I will always fight for privacy, and I think it's great that Americans are getting the right to their privacy. What's unfortunate is we don't have one federal law to protect all of us. We have individual states proposing their own unique privacy bills and their own unique privacy laws. And now if you're a website and you collect information across state lines, you may need to comply with a multitude of different complex privacy laws. That's the part I don't like about how we're going about it. And that's why I created Termageddon with my wife. Termageddon, my wife's name is Donata. She's she's a privacy attorney here in Chicago, and she's the newsletter editor of the American Bar Association's e-Privacy Committee. But yeah, we set off to offer a privacy policy solution that will automatically update when the laws change. So regularly, Termageddon is $99 a year. It includes a set of policies to protect one website. And if you only need protection for one website, just shoot me an email, Hans@Termageddon, and I'll write it up here, Hans@Termageddon.com. And I'll send you a link for 30% off your first year payment as we'll call it Black Friday, but just for the sake that you're giving me your time of day right now. The other thing I want to note is that prior to Termageddon, I ran a 12-person web agency in downtown Chicago. WordPress was my bread and butter. I started building, WordPress websites for like a couple $100s, and it moved into a couple $100,000 over 7 years. And as I continued to lose more and more hair and deal with the stress of running an agency. But I sold my agency and I built Termageddon to be very friendly with web agencies, because web agencies are in the business of helping their clients collect personal information. They're building contact forms for their clients. They're installing website analytics tools. So what we do is we look at web agencies as resellers. So if you provide web services to clients, we'd be more than happy to give you a free license, like seriously free, like you'll never pay $1 ever. It's free for you, and we give that to you in the hopes that you like it and use it on your own website, so that you like it. And the reason why we give it away for free is our hopes that you like it enough to want to talk to your clients about the importance of privacy policies and maybe even recommend our solution to them. So we do have a Black Friday video special, if I haven't bored all of you already. Just a reminder, if you just have one website, shoot me an email. I'll get you like a 30% discount off your first year. But if you do provide web design services, oh, I can't share my screen. I should have thought of that.
Oh, sorry. I can, just a sec, just a sec.
Cool.
There you go. Try now.
Awesome. Can you see?
Yeah.
Can you see this deal? Awesome. All right, so one license is $99 a year, but as resellers, web agencies, there's a whole bunch of value in reselling, but for the sake of this conversation, you can buy 15 licenses at the price of 3. We provide like a pre-written email on how to educate your clients about the importance of privacy policies, and we offer a 30-day guarantee. So the goal of this is, if you haven't discussed privacy policies with your past clients, a package deal like this is a really great way to take advantage and get the message out, get documentation out that you discuss the growing importance of privacy policies. Because the fact is, not a lot of businesses are getting fined or sued right now. And that's what I call the proactive era. This is the time where you can come to your clients and show them you're aware, you're staying in the know with tech events and industry trends as you're a part of this Naperville WordPress meetup. So yeah, we provide a pre-written email that kind of explains the importance of policies, sees if they want to sign up with Termageddon. And then within your dashboard, you can share licenses with your clients so they can answer the questions. You can grab the embed codes, maybe answer some questions for them if you collect analytics. If you use Google Analytics, maybe they don't know. Yeah, and that's the whole spiel. 30-day money-back guarantee, pre-written email sequence. But if that's too much of an investment for a random person that you just connected with over the phone or over a video chat, I would recommend checking out the agency partners and taking advantage of the free license we give for designers. So I think that was probably a bizarre high energy pitch.
Well,
I'm kind of an awkward guy, so that's what happens.
Your service comes highly recommended. And last time I had to write a privacy policy for a client, it probably took me 2 hours and cost them more than your $100 a year license. So,
I used to copy and paste privacy policies for my clients, and until I started dating a privacy attorney, and she shared with me maybe why that might not be the case. But the fact is, we've all been there. We've all pulled a privacy policy for a client, and done that. And my mission is just to help people understand, like web agencies, like first off, I'm guilty as charged, but it's probably not a good idea to be writing policies anymore for clients. Like, and it's just the new era we're heading into, is my opinion. So.
Great name too. Termageddon. That's
Termageddon on.
plus.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's the end of our presentations for tonight, but we have the Zoom channel open if anyone wants to hang out and chat. If it's practically 8 o'clock, so if you need to go take care of your real life, there's no shame in sneaking out at this point. We'll be getting everyone added to the Slack channel later tonight. I'm not going to try to do it and type and talk at the same time. And like I said, Mike ducked out, but hopefully next month we're working on getting a presentation from a specialist at Automatic on the block patterns, how to set those up in a non-technical way. And we don't really have anything scheduled for the new year. So if anyone has any ideas, hopes, things they'd like to learn about, or things they'd like to present on themselves, please either comment on the meetup page or put a note on the Slack channel, and we'll start to get a list of topics and plans for the months ahead.
So no holiday party this year?
Well,
A virtual holiday party?
We should. Maybe after the, maybe we should just do that after the block patterns
you're on your own.
presentation. Just like drink every time she says Gutenberg or something.
Oh, let's have a bingo card. That would be so much fun.
Bingo.
Let's
I
do
was
it.
trying to think of how we could do a game, like a like a game show for WordPress, but a bingo is a good idea. Okay, I'm writing.
Claire,
that
I'm
down.
actually doing I'm doing virtual bingo this Thursday with my fiance and sisters. So I'll let you know how that goes. It's
Oh
gonna be
yeah,
interesting.
yeah. You could be the MC
I
maybe.
know, yeah.
Okay. Let's.
If it goes okay, I don't know. I'm not sure. They only gave me one card. I'm like, can I have like 6? That's what I would do at
That's
a
not very
bingo game.
but yeah. And also you have
Yeah.
to like randomly generate them or something, but maybe we can figure something out. Yeah, because normally in December we have our holiday get together, informal holiday get together, which is just meeting and eating at a restaurant and chatting. So we could probably do that on Zoom this year without anybody going out of their way or paying a bar
Who
tab.
wants to develop a WordPress lingo jargon bingo card generator? I need some JavaScript people. Anyone?
Not me. Oh, yeah.
Dang.
Feels like a lot of JavaScript.
I'm happy to contribute words, but I don't think I can.
There's
write
got
the
to be a
rest.
bingo card generator online where you just, because there's so many different special ones.
Oh yeah.
All right. Oh, sweet. I might have a volunteer. Ah. Are you in our Slack group?
Hi.
Yeah, okay.
I
I
am.
saw you added your email there. Sweet.
I will
All right,
be.
Cool.
Yeah, as
Yep.
of later tonight, I will be.
Yeah.
Are you able to send additional information to that email address?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, I'll send it to you directly too, just so you have it.
Okay. Like seriously, if we can find one online, that's fine. If not, I can provide a bunch of words. And if you're like minimal effort, that would be cool.
I'll see what I can do.
Awesome.
Okay. How
Thank you.
exciting. Thank you.
My
See,
pleasure.
if you volunteer like this, we won't bug everyone to speak. Like, because we're always looking for volunteers to speak. I know that's not everyone's jam, but
We're an easy audience though.
We really are. Like
Especially
anything, the novelty of having something explained to you rather than trying to figure everything out yourself from scratch every time is what keeps me coming back.
Oh yeah. Every month somebody said something I'm like, oh, I hadn't thought of that. That's excellent.
Yeah, just the one little thing that'll save me tearing my hair out one day.
Save me 3 hours on something.
all right, go team. I gotta go.
All right, bye, Stacy.
See ya.
Go feed those kids or whatever it is.
Thanks,
you're
everybody.
neglecting.
Bye.
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 All right, yeah, I think I'll duck out too. Actually, I have work to finish tonight. Oof.
Aw.
It's almost finished. I keep telling myself.
Okay,
Okay.
nice
Right.
presentation.
Hey,
Bye-bye.
Sally.
Have a good week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good night. I'll try and be the last one standing.
No, I'm gonna be the best.
No, thank you, Claire, for making this possible. And yeah, see you,
Well, thanks
see you
for-
next time.
Thanks for joining. Yeah, hope to see you next
Yeah.
month.
Absolutely. Thank you,
Bye,
guys.
Jeff.
Have a good night.
Night.
Well, Ken's still muted, but it looks
Yep.
like he's trying to talk.
No, he's just holding out. He's gonna be with the last one
Yeah,
too.
just watching and.
How are you doing?
everything.
How are you doing with Divi? Are you still working with Divi?
Yeah, yeah. I just did a site for a hotel with Divi, and it worked out really nicely. I'm still occasionally going back to your presentation and.
Oh, really? Oh,
things.
wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that was great. In fact, one thing I really hadn't looked at before because I don't know, I just didn't look at it, was some of the pre-builts, the
layouts.
the layouts that were already there. And
Yeah, it's like
pretty neat.
every week they come out with a new layout. It's like, oh, really? Another one?
Well, yeah, you can't absorb them all, but some of the tricks they're doing they're great little mini tutorials because you can just look.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just built a website for a white label deal, and I was doing like display flex on every single freaking element practically.